we hold on to this? Perfect, okay. All right, and so it's really good to be here today. And before I start, I do want to say that the last time that I was here with my beloved friend, Barbara White. And that was, she was standing right over there, so that memory comes to me quite strongly. And Barbara was one of the key strong founders and organizers of the African American Holistic Resource Center. She spent 20 years really dedicating her life toward this project, and we learned a lot under her tutelage during that time. So I want to give that acknowledgement to Barbara before I even say any words about the African American Holistic Resource Center, because she certainly was the powerhouse. And may she rest in peace. So what is the African American Holistic Resource Center? I can say that it's something that has started, like I said, really 20 years ago. But we've been doing the work for the past 15 years. And it has been a grassroots movement around changing a lot of the inequities that Dr. Cheryl talked about earlier. And with that being, we looked at what are some of the needs that we have as a community, what's happening to our health, our mental health, our physical health, education, and even spirituality. And so we all met together to really develop a plan for us, by us, that's community rooted straight up from the beginning. And we looked in terms of like who would be some of the folks and agencies that we can begin to pull in and help us. So versus it being something that starts from the system and builds itself out, it's the other way around. It started from the community, and it's still community-led and community-driven 100%. We have our community partners, as well as the governmental partners that we're working with, but the vision and the leadership of all of that comes right from the grassroots. Then we started looking at what kind of referrals and supports can we have, what kind of services can we offer to members of our community, and how we're looking at not just health and nutrition and teaching in terms of like teaching someone how to do it, but hands-on. And we said, okay, well, we would love to talk about growing food and cooking food and teaching people and learning from ourselves, and grandma working with grandchildren to cook the food and have the food together. And we said, okay, let's do it. So, and then also looking at mental health and wellness and really changing what mental health looks like. I'm a mental health practitioner and have been in the field for 26 years in doing mental health and services. However, when we're sitting one-on-one, that's great. Mental health and wellness is something that should be integrated in every part of our life. From what we eat, to what we do, to how we exercise, to who we socialize with everything, how we pray, all of these pieces of it. So the grounding pieces of it for us is looking at all of our social determinants of health. And we took those social determinants of health and looked at the needs of our people, and all of our people came together and started to build something that we know now is a legacy. That's our work. Starlight should tell me what to say. Coming on Friday, we'll have the groundbreaking ceremony at 1890 Alcatraz. You all are invited. We'll start at 11:30 and begin looking at breaking the ground for this facility. Why is this important when we talk about the facility? Well, one of Barbara's charges was she said, I'm going to find us a place. So Barbara found the building herself and told the city, hey, you have a building. But upon looking at the building, we found that the building needed a lot of work. And so we're tearing that building down and building a new one with our partners with the city of Berkeley. Special shout out to Parks, Rec, and Waterfront Department that have been really helpful and walking with us every single step of the way. I think the most fun part we talked about, we're all sitting down in this one community meeting, and so we really want a garden, or we want to save the tree at this facility. How do we do it? And one of the young people said, well, put it on the roof. And everybody in the room stopped and looked like, what? He said, yeah, just put the garden on the roof. That's the voice of the young people. So we went to the architects and said, can we put it on the roof? They said, yeah, you can actually put it on the roof. We said, there we go. So it has a rooftop garden upstairs and a culinary garden, a culinary kitchen to practice and learning to cook food downstairs. All of that things are integrated in and woven in together. But if it weren't for the people ourselves, we wouldn't have it. and invite you all that's there to the African American Holistic Resource Center, to the groundbreaking ceremony. Go to the City of Berkeley website, Google in African American Holistic Resource Center. You'll have a few things that pop up, including our feasibility study that the three of us sat down and wrote ourselves.
To talk a little bit further about Project Sankofa, it is a project of the African American Holistic Resource Center. It is funded with Mental Health Services Act dollars. It is opening up soon. Project Sankofa is a radical healing and mental wellness campaign uplifting African American youth and families, because we can't work with the youth without working with the families, through cultural affirmations, storytelling, community engagement, and intergenerational connection. It is rooted in the principles of Sankofa, and it promotes mental health wellness by centering community wisdom and interrupting stigma. The program will be opening in February. If anyone is interested in receiving more information on the program, I have a sign-up sheet. I can send you more information.
I got action, legacy, claim, community, initiate, driven, and lit. I love it. So, if you had to pick one of those words, what would it be?
Action. Get the move.
And legacy.
Legacy, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. I can't wait to come out. I worked a lot today. I can't wait to come out to the opening. What time is it?
11:30.
11:30, groundbreaking.
11:30 on Friday at the location. Forgive me, I always
1890 Alcatraz.
1890 Alcatraz.
So in the vein of
This Friday.
in the